What's up, YouTube? Sir Hunt's Reviews. I'm Mark, and I'm gonna go ahead and do this breakdown. So without any further ado, let's get into this motherfucker. Right off fucking gate, they're trying to show us another side to that scene that Davos released on his little interview that he did at Conan. But basically they're showing us that not only is Alistair Thorne trying to break into the motherfucker, but he's got Bowman there as well. Now, it could be taken one of two ways. They're waiting for Davos and all them good motherfuckers to come rushing out, and then they're going to shoot them with arrows as a last stand. Or it could actually be other Night's Watch members that are on Jon's side ready to shoot Alistair Thorne, and they just haven't done it yet. This breakdown is mainly going to consist of stuff that I missed in my initial live reaction. Some of these things were in fact pointed out by my amazing subscribers. You guys are the shit. Well, you guys are better than that. You guys are life. Y'all are life. This is just another shot that Davos released the other night when he was on Conan. Further showing off how pissed off motherfucking Ghost is. You can hear a little growl at this part of the trailer. He's like, okay, so at this point in the trailer, we see Tormund, and he's giving a voiceover, and he's saying, I thought he was the one that was going to lead us through the long night, and I was wrong, and he is referring to Mance Rayder. He is wrong about Mance Rayder, obviously now because he's dead, but he also witnessed what Jon Snow did. Jon Snow showed mercy to Mance Rayder. Jon Snow also killed a White Walker at Hardhome, and not only that, he was amazing at Hardhome, and Jon Snow was literally willing to give his life for the Wildlings, and the Wildlings almost killed him on several occasions. So the fact that Tormund saw that, he realizes now that Jon is actually the one to lead everyone, Wildlings and everybody else, through the long night. Oh yeah, breaking it down. Breakdown dance is my breakdown dance. Well, that breakdown dance was fucking awkward, but this right here, we have the Masters mocking Tyrion and saying, you want to make a deal, little man? Now, yo, one of two things. Those are obviously the Masters right there in front of Tyrion, and also, Tyrion is not somebody who takes mocking, especially about his short stature. So I am enthralled and cannot wait to find out what the fuck is going to happen next. He's probably going to be chopping off some heads. Chopping heads, but yeah, this is actually a shot of the High Sparrow talking to Jaime. Now, in my initial breakdown of the first trailer, I said that High Sparrow was most likely talking to the fucking mountain. But now I realize that he's talking to the fucking twin fucker. But yeah, right after this, High Sparrow says some shit like, you don't want to spill blood in here. Jaime says some gangster shit like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Speaking of not giving no fucks, out of nowhere, we get another shot, a better HD image of the Dothraki on the ground looking behind them like, is that a dragon? Hell yeah. Bet y'all gonna be feeling pretty fucking stupid that y'all stripped my Khaleesi down to not having any clothes on. Because Drogon is pissed, and he, guess what? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Will not give no fucks. Cut to a scene of Bran inside the Weirwood tree. He looks like he's inside the Weirwood network. He's definitely warging. His eyes are rolled back. He's either experiencing a vision or he is finding out information about something that's happening in the present. Maybe this is a shot of him. Wait, you know what? Before I say that, I'm going to throw up one of these. These, I meant my face. Huge spoiler warning. Go ahead and click about a minute ahead in this video if you don't want to know anything about the first episode of Season 6 of Game of Thrones. Now, we all know... Hang on, let me wait a second for those people to click away. Alright, cool. So now, we all know that last night's episode of... Season 6, Episode 1 premiered last night in Hollywood. Now, those people that were lucky enough to watch it, I wasn't one of those, but they wrote some fucking... basically... questions / super spoilers about the episode, and I read about 10 seconds of it before I decided not to read it because it started getting insane and already spoiled something for me. So those of you that stayed around and wanted to know what that spoiler is that Jon Snow is attempted to be brought back by Melisandre. She fails, and guess who the fuck brings Jon Snow back? Click away if you don't want to know. Click away, click away. Bran and Bloodraven. So yeah, what's happening there in that image is actually Bran inside that Weirwood network finding out about Jon Snow, and then you know what? They're gonna make their way to the fucking wall and go save him. At the end of the episode, okay? End of the episode. Next up, we have this image of Daenerys, and she's being stripped down in front of some of the Dothraki. Now, originally I thought she was in front of Khal Drogo, and they were about to rape her or something, but you can tell that she's with some of the other former wives of the Khalasar, maybe just some maid type characters. And if you look right there, I circled that because that's actually the image of their leader. She's in front of them, and it's almost as if she's being presented to this woman. So whoever this woman is, she is probably of some sort of importance, and I hope that she's one of the ones that gets burned. We see that Jaqen H'ghar actually does do some of the face peeling himself. He's actually at this point in the trailer, he's talking to Arya, and he's basically breaking it down to her like, look, you were already given a second chance, you won't be given a third, so do kind of like just do as you're told, you know what I mean? Like, he's warning her. Gotta love the placement of the Stark sisters in this trailer. But yeah, the first thing I noticed, Sansa's obviously not looking too happy, but if you look a little bit closer, you will see, yes, that is a Stark fucking logo on her dress. So she's obviously made it to safety at this point, and she's in the arms of Davos. Davos is spotted later on in the trailer in a heavily wooded area, same as the background with Sansa, and you can see Stark bannermen behind him. Now, why the fuck does Davos have Stark bannermen? Because guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Jon Snow is coming back. There's a Frey scene in between this one and the next one I'm about to show you guys, but it could be a flashback, and Sansa, they just threw it in there to help us relate to what Sansa's talking about when she's saying, like, I'm getting my payback. Or it could be a flashback experienced by Bran. I think that later one, or the latter one, is highly unlikely. I don't know why Bran would have to flash back to the Red Wedding, because I'm sure that he already knows what went down there. He was told. But it could actually be a flashback. And then we also had a shot of Baelish, and it looks like Sansa's walking up to him in the woods. So if that's the case, I am actually right when I said that Baelish is the one Baelish is waiting for Sansa in the snow. Next up, we actually have this fucking close-up of Jorah, and a zoom in on to where the last spot that we saw him have grayscale. It's gotten a lot fucking bigger. Now, what I was saying in my reaction earlier was that I think that this could actually play to his benefit, because you don't start technically going insane until your organs begin to calcify, or solidify, basically. And that could play to his bonus, where he would feel less damage, feel less pain, you know what I mean? For example, if he were to get into another, like, basically reenactment of the Pits of Daznak, where he's surrounded by a whole bunch of people who's getting attacked from a whole bunch of different ways, and he sustained a lot of damage, which ultimately slowed him down, he was still able to get done what he needed to get done. But if he were taking heavy damage and his whole arm is beginning to, like, stone arm, or his hand or something like that, he just wouldn't feel it, so he would keep it moving. So it actually could play to his benefit, and I definitely see the show writing that as an advantage for Jorah. This is a widescreen shot of the crosses, or the X's